Welcome to Fishing and More, and I'm Tom. Today we're using available resources to up our fishing game. Out on a river or lake, where do I start looking? I've heard that 90% of the fish are in 10% of the water. So, are there some clues to help locate them? Let's find out. State and local resources are a gold mine with tools available to help you locate fish. Small fish are eaten by big fish, and big fish are breakfast, lunch, and dinner for bigger fish. Let's use these resources to find and catch them. Paper maps and charts are available locally and on the internet. This is one such map. The arrows indicate the location of fish attractors. This is extremely helpful information, but I have a couple questions. How old is the map? What does a fish attractor look like? Is that the only type in that area? Let's see what information and resources are available at Lake Arthur in Moraine State Park. It's a local lake that has a lot of structure and is probably heavily fished. I'm going to assume this type of lake data and information is available in most states. Scrolling down the web page, we're looking for fishing resources and the link that reads Lake Arthur Water Depth Color Map. It's a PDF file which you can view on your computer display or download and view later. We're not getting much more information here. Let's go to another location on the lake. At this section of the map, we see porcupine cribs, which are noted by a black triangle. Also indicated are post stump clusters designated as 3 dots in a row. What do they look like? This is the area where Route 422 crosses the lake near Bear Run Launch. Coming up is where things get interesting, so stick with us. This is the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission website. Select the resource link at the top right of the screen. A drop-down window will appear. Click on the Habitat link. From here, we want to go to the Habitat Improvement section of the site. This is where things start to get interesting. We're going to scroll down the page through the various state counties to select Lake Arthur in Butler County. This is a lake management tool available to the public. There are places around the lake that the state has placed fish habitat structures. This map tells us the type of structure, how many were placed in that location, the exact longitude and latitude coordinates, the date they were dropped in the water, and at what depth. Let's select another lake. Pymatuming Reservoir is very popular with Pennsylvania and Ohio fishermen and women since it borders both states. There comes a question and answer period. Number 1, what exactly is a root wad deflector? I see there are 3 in one location and 2 in another. Maybe that's what I keep losing my lure on. Glance around the page, you'll pick up on the amount of information available. We'll make good use of that in a few minutes. This is it, a root wad deflector. Next, we're looking at rock rubble humps. I know I lost some sinkers here. This tells me there are 10 sawtooth deflectors. Now I'm curious. Next, we're looking at porcupine cribs. There are two different sizes. The other one is a junior. Depicted are a few other types of habitat structure. There are still more. This is a lot of information. What can we do with it? For some, this idea may knock your socks off. Let's see if we can use this in our electronics. That would be valuable and useful information at our fingertips. We're working with the Lowrance Elite 9 Ti with touchscreen. The chart being used and referenced is Navionics. Our discussion here will be limited to waypoints and making use of that information we have discovered. Again, we would like to have that information available out on the water and at our fingertips. Referenced here is the habitat management map for Pine Bituming Reservoir. We'll be using data from the number 12216 program to waypoint that location on the lake. On our Navionics chart for Pine Bituming, it will show that we already have entered that waypoint. The next few screens will step through the input of data for that location. Depressing the flag key on our unit will bring up a screen that allows us to enter specifics relating to the new waypoint. Normally, a number is assigned to a waypoint. That can be changed. Selecting that area of the screen, a keyboard appears allowing me to input something different. I put in the type of habitat structure. In this case, it's cribs. Next, I want to put in the longitude and latitude for that location. Select that area of the display, and the keyboard should again appear. This one probably only has numbers. We can add notes for this waypoint. Select that area, and a keyboard should appear. This can be valuable if you're on a body of water that you've never fished before. We'll discuss it further in a few minutes. There is a huge advantage to having these notes. When arriving at this particular waypoint, it will tell me that there are 25 porcupine cribs in that area, not just one. The only thing left to do now is to decide what symbol to use for the waypoint. With the next two screens, we've taken things to another level. The paper map of Pine Bituming had information on the reverse side. It talked about the different areas of the lake, the fish known to frequent it, the season when that happens, and presentation suggested. If I have never fished Pine Bituming before, that could be very helpful. What I've done is make a new waypoint for the area talked about and place that information in the notes area in my Lowrance. I also gave it a special symbol. Here's another application of what we've learned. This is Google Earth Pro. It's free and can be of interest. We're going to look at the Youghiogheny River Lake. It's drawn down in the fall for the purpose of flood control. When this happens, sandbars and interesting structure can be exposed. You can pinpoint them with their longitude and latitude coordinates, then take that information and mark it as a waypoint in your electronics. The reverse is also available. If you have a set of coordinates, you can then enter that information into Google Earth. There is also a time slider to provide historical imagery. Thank you, and I hope this information is useful. We've gone fishing. Thank you for taking the time to watch our vlog. It's a new endeavor. With your guidance, we'll do our best to make it informative and worth the visit. Together with the sharing of ideas and information, we're hoping to become better at presenting a vlog and our sport called fishing. Once again, thank you for your visit. Hopefully the information provided will be of value and help you catch more fish.